Hey guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we are here on the 18th of September 2019 to talk about everything that went down tonight on NXT and a couple of other things as well. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the show, and I'll say it right now at the top of the show. The first hour of NXT was 100 times better than All Out. We'll discuss it more as we continue on. But hi, everybody. Tim, how you doing? You sound like dog shit, bro.
As good as I can be
You sound
for
like
being
garbage.
half dead.
You sound like... It's all right. I was like smoking a little bit before this, and I forgot the bit that I had on here was just disgusting and burnt. Now my throat hurts. I feel like I'm going to be coughing the entire show. Taking a look at the chat. What's up?
I said, so am I.
Dear Lord. Taking a look at the chat, we have Don Terrell Bailey. What's going on? Woken King Slender. DJ McDaniel Sinclair is here as well. Nicholas is here. What happened to the other Nicholas? Is our old writer? Is he dead?
I see him on Twitter popping around sometimes.
Yeah. Nicholas, come back. Do things. I don't know. Make more videos.
Here's what I want from the live chat.
I know, Jack. Thanks.
Give me F in the live chat for the damn WWE Network dying at the start of the second hour of NXT.
Yeah, shit the bed. Jordan Eugene says, "What's up? Not much. Just doing a podcast. How about you? What are you doing?"
We see this great first hour of NXT.
Fantastic first hour. Do you want to? Okay. Do we immediately just want to jump into the first hour of NXT?
I'm getting there. I wanted to talk about the network issues first.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
we get this great first hour. You got the women's four-way, which is a really good match. Cameron Grimes kills Sean Maluta in like 20 seconds. Then we get Strong and Dream. And that match couldn't have been better. Like, I honestly don't think that match could have been better.
Fantastic match.
I mean, if I want to give one complaint saying, oh, it could have been better, they didn't need Undisputed Era out there to interfere.
Exactly.
But it works with what Undisputed Era is.
Mm-hmm.
So we see this great first hour. The last thing we see before they go off the air is Undisputed Era with all the gold. You hear Mauro Ranallo saying, that's it for us on the USA Network. Move over right now to the WWE Network. He's like, right now.
Can I still say?
Go.
I fucking hate Mauro Ranallo.
I said last week Vic Joseph's better, and I got
Vic Joseph. Give me Vic Joseph and like Nigel McGuinness. That's my commentary team for every single show. Raw, SmackDown.
We're gonna talk about that here later. We're gonna talk about that later when we talk about the upcoming draft. But so he says, Mauro says, go to the network. I'm like, okay. I go as fast as I can. I don't want to miss anything. And it just gives me like a loading thing. Loading. Error. Please retry. I click it again. Nothing. I'm on my Fire Stick. So I try it a third time. Loading, nothing. I said, what the hell? Switch over to my Roku. Nothing. Switch over to my PS4. Nothing. I'm going to try my Xbox. Couldn't find the controller. Said, screw it. Went to my computer. Tried 3 different browsers. And it says I'm logged out. Won't log me back in. So I don't get back in for almost 30 minutes. So I miss a quarter of the show. And I go on Twitter and everybody is having issues. So I don't know if it was too many people tried to jump on the network at once. Which, if that's the case, then I'm actually going to applaud WWE for it. Because that means that there was interest from that first hour for people to continue watching.
Well, that's immediately when you messaged me like, oh, shit, I can't even watch. Like, shit's down. Like, I immediately thought they hooked enough USA viewers to go.
Exactly.
And you know how they would have so did they put it up on the network? Did you need a network account to watch?
Yeah. You can't watch anything live on the network without an account.
Wish they would work a way to maybe not need an account just for that hour
according
episode.
to WWE Vice President George Barrios.
Never heard of him. Not really.
They are looking at doing a free, a normal, and a premium tier, where the free tier may give you the live feed, but it won't give you like the pay-per-views, and I don't know if it will give you NXT and all that stuff.
Well, the live feed of what?
In the network, because when you go on the network, you can just click play, and there's a continuous, the schedule, the live feed schedule. So they're thinking of maybe giving that in the free.
Gotcha.
But they would block certain things from showing on the free account, like the pay-per-views live, the takeovers live, possibly. Well, after next week, we're not going to get NXT live on the network anymore, anyways. So
exactly.
So he said that they've still got ideas they're working around. and they're trying to finalize it all before they do this tiered service. But eventually, people started getting on. Some people didn't get on before the show ended, and then the show ended 8-9 minutes early.
Well, I'd have to assume that it ended early because they probably booked the entire show with TV runoff in mind, like commercial breaks and shit like that.
Oh, I didn't think about.
So
You're right.
They probably booked the whole show as if they were going to be on TV the whole time.
You're right, because when that last match started, it never went to quote unquote commercial in the middle. Because usually when you're watching Raw or SmackDown, at about the 49-minute mark, they go to their last commercial. So you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Stop being so negative. Think logistically, Tim. God.
But
piece of shit. How about we talk about NXT and what happened tonight?
So the show kicked off
fantastically,
in a great way, with the women of NXT. 4 women: Io Shirai, Shayna Baszler. Well, actually, I digress. The show kicked off with a small little promo from Triple H, where he basically said, "Don't blink." And then he revealed he was standing in gorilla position, pulled back the curtain, and walked out in front of the live crowd really fast. Looks like they have moved the announce desk to like a higher point, so like the announcers are looking down at the ring.
I like how Progress does that too. I like the way Progress has that set up.
Well, it's supposed to be like with Raw, the more sports feel, because when you're in a, like for football, for instance, when you're in a stadium, you're going to be up higher looking down. It's just like with NASCAR. When you're at the racetrack, you see the announcers, they're up at the top of like the stands where everyone sits. Their TV booth is at the top of that. So you're looking down at the racetrack, or like I said with football, you're looking down at the field. So they wanted to give it more of a sports. That's why they did it with Raw and put them up at the what's it called? The top of the stage.
Gotcha.
So we still got Beth Phoenix on commentary with Nigel and Morrow.
She's just not good.
She's not good, but she wasn't as bad as she's been. I felt like she was a little better tonight than normal.
I refuse to believe that.
And so we got a fatal 4-way match. Winner will go on to face Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. The match began with so Candice was the last one to come out. She didn't even want to wait for the bell. She wanted to go straight after EO, and referee wouldn't let her.
Which I like. Again, and I like that they weren't afraid to continue NXT stories different. Like they didn't have to do anything different because now they're on a different platform. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Like they kept everything consistent with the story, and I like that. I can appreciate that.
And so as soon as the bell rings, all 4 women just go crazy at each other.
Great match.
Bianca Belair was press slamming Candice LeRae at one point. Belair got to shine with a handspring into a standing moonsault press. Yim and Shirai got involved. Shirai cleaned house with a tiger feint kick and a missile drop kick. Mia Yim then hit a nice tornado DDT. Candice LeRae began running wild when Belair gave her a fall-away slam on the floor. That led to rapid high spots. We saw Mia Yim with a dive. We saw Io Shirai with a moonsault where they really didn't catch her that well.
No, God, no. They did not catch her.
And it looked exactly like when
Alexa Bliss did it with Bayley. And if Bayley didn't catch her, Alexa Bliss was going to have like a broken fucking tailbone last night.
On Monday. And then the same thing happened on Tuesday with Charlotte where they didn't catch her either.
God, what is just like, why can't they fucking catch?
She's like, because for some reason the women aren't like with the men, they huddle up. But the women, for some reason, no offense, they don't huddle as close. And so when they do that flip dive, they think, okay, I'm going to fall in between them. They're both going to catch me. But they're too far apart just slightly, and they just crash.
Just land on each other. Like, it's going to hurt, but I'm sure it'll hurt a lot less than, like,
oh yeah,
2 of you being fine and one of them having no more career.
So they go to commercial. And when they come back from the commercial, they came back, like, if they would have came back 10 seconds later, they would have missed this Tower of Doom spot. They barely got that in on camera or on TV. So they showed a replay really quick. Just to be like, hey, if you missed it because we just came back from commercial, Tower of Doom. There was another fantastic series of exchanges when Belair got her KOD finisher, on the
Nice. Professional.
Hey.
Fuck it.
You hear my voice? I'm trying to not dry it out.
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Yim went for the code blue instead of the code red because she's got blue hair. near fall. Belair fired up and hit a double spear. Belair executed her KOD, but her cover was broken up. Yim caught her with a perfect yaw kick. Sarai hit a moonsault when Yim shoved her off the turnbuckle. LeRae was put in an electric chair by Yim, but she countered into a reverse Rana, which looks really good.
Oh, goddamn. This match was just so fucking fun to watch.
LeRae then hit the springboard lion salt, which they won't call a lion salt, though. They call it a springboard K-Brada, and pinned Mia Yim for the victory, becoming the new #1 contender, and I love it. Finally.
Yeah, she's the only one that really... She's the only one that feels... And you said this earlier, like, before we went live, when you were like, I think that she's going to be the one to beat Shayna Baszler, and I immediately said no, and then I thought about it, and it's like, fuck me, man, yeah, she should. Going into, like, that'd be great. I think that'd be big.
I mean, Shayna's, other than when Kairi Sane took the title from her for like 2 months, Shayna's been champ for 2 years. Almost.
Fuck off. And here's the thing. I hate saying this. She's just a boring fucking champion, dude. I'm just bored. I
like her.
She is the Kofi Kingston of that division.
No.
Kofi is a boring champion now. He is boring.
No,
his matches are cool, but everything else sucks, just like her.
I'm not saying no to that. I'm saying that I think Shayna's good in her role.
Shayna, okay, what's her role? Big bully? Are you not? Yeah. Are you not fucking bored of? I'm gonna be the one to take you down. I doubt it. Like, that's boring.
No, I am bored of it. That's why I think Candice should beat her.
Fuck yeah.
And to be honest, there's no other babyface in that company as more loved than Candice LeRae. Mm-hmm. Not Bayley, not Sasha, not Charlotte, not Becky.
And imagine the fucking publicity that it'll get when it's like, women's champion Candice LeRae and NXT champion Johnny Gargano.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure they're gonna shoehorn that shit in.
But is Johnny gonna get the title back? Because
motherfucker, if they're gonna give me Seth and Becky on TV, they're gonna give me Johnny and Candice.
Because
on
we
TV.
know that the next challenger is either Riddle or Killian Dane.
Oh, Killian Dane. Dakota Kai is... I love Kai. I love her. She's great.
What I was trying to say is Candice LeRae is no longer just Johnny Gargano's wife.
Which is good, finally.
She is now
to break out of that.
Candice LeRae.
Thank God. Her shirt
She's never going to be the Candice LeRae we know she can be because WWE's not going to give her intergender matches and bust her face open.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to tell me we're not seeing super kicks with fucking, like, spikes in the boot? It's a shame.
They're not bringing in her best friend, her maid of honor at her wedding, frickin' Joey Ryan, to be her tag team partner. But
I wish, though. Boy, I fucking wish.
After the match, she was celebrating on the ramp when the horsewomen came out. I thought they were going to brawl, but I think it was better that they didn't. They didn't touch her, really. Mm-hmm. They were just like, we see you. We see you.
We say it so many times that they need to take the belt off Shayna. They need to take the belt off Shayna. Right. They need to take the belt off Shayna. I don't know what's keeping her on there besides, do they just not have faith in the women in NXT? Or do they legitimately, I couldn't think that they think she's a good champion.
No, you know what I think it is?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I think it's Triple H not wanting to put her on the main roster because he knows that Vince may fuck her up.
All right, but they don't give a shit about, like, I don't know, like Andrade, Chad, fucking anyone else from fucking Apollo Crews.
No. He tried to, when they called up Nakamura, Triple H tried to stop it.
I remember that one. He didn't want Nakamura coming.
And then with Joe was supposed to initially go to SmackDown. He said, no, I want Joe on Raw. That was another one that he was able to veto Vince's decision. But
Joe's great on SmackDown.
But it's just like, why is she staying down here so long when you hear every 6 months, oh, they want Shayna on the main roster, and then she keeps the belt?
I think she's a good wrestler, but as a champion, she's just gotten stale. And
I think
I don't know if it's my attention span and I just can't handle long-term champions, but 2 years of the same exact fucking story. All right, I'm gonna head out.
And here was my other thing that I was thinking.
The Dark Ops is really trying to say shit in chat, but he's just fucking stupid. There's just nothing showing up, and it's funny.
Here's my other thing that I was thinking that it's not relevant anymore. But I think before WrestleMania, they didn't want to bring her up because of the Ronda situation. And then everyone would just be like, you got to put her with Ronda. But she's a heel. Ronda's a babyface. How do you work that together, Ronda? You know what I mean? But now that Ronda's gone, maybe never coming back as a performer or a main performer. Maybe she'll come back for one more match.
Or as a stable leader. If she really wants to come back and they don't want to arrest her, make her a stable leader.
But can Ronda work as a heel?
Absolutely, Ronda Rousey.
Will the WWE audience accept her as a heel?
Are you okay? They love to hate her. That crowd loves to find reasons to boo Ronda Rousey. So if they're gonna find reasons to boo her, why not give them reasons and then package her as a heel?
Very true.
I think she could do great. She's okay. I hate saying this. In my opinion, she's pretty fucking annoying on the mic. She's just not good. She can barely fucking fuck her way through a sentence.
Who, Ronda?
So yeah.
And now she's acting.
Anyone can be an actor. I mean, hey, I'm an actor.
So
some websites. Don't go to those. I promise.
We then got a vignette hype video of Dominik Dijakovic. And we learned that next week we will get Dijakovic or Jakovic, whatever you want to call him, against Keith Lee. And if you saw their match from about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, that match was awesome. They were doing a better cruiserweight match than you see on 205 Live.
So here's my thing. Their matches have always been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since their like indie days and like CZW and PWG.
Their PWG matches were great.
I mean, that's great. It's a great way to highlight them. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm all with it.
I mean, their last match, they were
killing it. They got a standing ovation.
Dijakovic did a corkscrew plancha over the top rope. They did a freaking Spanish fly off the top where Keith Lee looked like he freaking smushed his neck and just crunched it.
Poor Keith Lee.
So then we got Sean Maluta coming out. I'm like, oh, hey, I haven't seen Sean Maluta in a while. He's probably going to get creamed.
Yeah, poor
So
kid.
I'm like, he's probably getting squashed. Where's Damian Priest? But then out came Cameron Grimes, and I go, okay, maybe we'll get a 4 or 5 minute match. Nope. 20, 30 seconds, Cameron Grimes was the one to squash Sean Maluta instead. I was like,
yeah, dude.
Wow.
I really wish WWE really implemented like the fact that like, you know, they did it with Kurt Hawkins, but the fact that like, hey, this dude's gonna fucking lose, and like he's gonna lose bad. I miss that kind of shit. I think that's so good for shows like Raw and for shows like, you know, and SmackDown and NXT can utilize it, but like just knowing like you're sitting through a pretty long show and just knowing that like, all right, I'm gonna get something fucking funny out of this dude getting his shit rocked.
Right.
Like there's gonna be some, whether it's good comedy or bad comedy, I can appreciate the fact that they're trying to give me comedy.
Right. And I think putting this match here was actually a good idea, keeping it short and everything, because it just broke up between the number one contender 4-way and then the North American title match that we did get next.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Velveteen Dream defending the NXT North American Championship against Roderick Strong. I was a little surprised.
Real quick, did you know?
Did I know what?
That Roderick Strong was in the main event of the first NXT on TV, and he was also in the first ever televised match in TNA with AJ.
In TNA, really?
Mm-hmm. Found that out today.
When they were doing the Wednesday pay-per-views? Or when they were on something else?
Let me look it up. I saw the tweet today. Continue on while I try to find this.
Yeah, go for it. Because I thought... I mean, I don't know. So, I was a little surprised that we didn't get a special entrance for the Velveteen Dream. Especially since he was losing the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a big tag match.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the first ever match was like a big tag match. Had like Sugar Shane, AJ, a whole bunch of other fucks.
Gotcha. Because I know early on, like in the first couple of weeks, AJ was fighting for the X Division Championship. So I wasn't sure if
Justin Credible was in this match. Oh, you know who else is in this match? Low Key. I fucking hate Low Key. Low Key, if you're listening to this fucking show, die. I hate Low Key. Thanks for the $1.99, Mike.
You mean
he should not join?
You mean?
Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare say Agent 47.
Kaval in
Die.
WWE?
Suffer. All right, continue talking about NXT.
We had this match where the arena lights went dark, spotlight center of the ring. We got the introduction of both men, and it was great. The match began with grappling, Strong with clotheslines, and sent Dream out of the ring. He kicked the ring steps in frustration, and the pace kind of turned around as they went to a commercial break. And we see so everyone was making a big deal that there was an AEW on TNT commercial during.
Who gives it? Like, we're not going to see WWE ads during TNT.
But here's the thing.
Die.
WWE has no say in that.
Nope.
TNA or USA has no say in that. It's the cable providers that did that. And we saw it during SmackDown and we saw it during Raw. So either people just aren't paying attention during the other shows or what. But this wasn't the first time this week or last week.
I think this one would make it a little bit of a bigger deal because, like, this is the time slot.
Yeah,
this is the time slot that all of this is going to go down. But that's probably the big thing.
But I saw it last week during Raw, and then I saw it this week during Raw and SmackDown once. So, and it was on more because I watch on Dish Network, but apparently people on DirecTV were seeing it as well. Mm-hmm. So coming back from commercial, Strong was bumping and feeding for Dream. That included the Randy Savage axe handle off the top to the outside.
Yeah,
Dream went back to the top. Strong shoved him to the floor. Strong dropped him back first onto the barricade. Strong then sailed through the ropes with a wrecking ball drop kick and went and worked on Dream's back. Dream then got a hope spot as he rolled through a reversed a chinlock into a pinning combination. 2 count. Strong cut him off and went back to work on his back. Strong displayed to the audience why Morrow on commentary called him the Messiah of the backbreaker. Dream fought back, and they tried reversing the Strong hold into a sharpshooter. Strong countered that, but came up a little empty. Dream then shoved him into the ring steps as they went to commercial again. A little bit later in the match, they were fighting on the apron when Dream got rocked with a kick. Crowd chanted, "This is wrestling." And this was really good wrestling. What?
It was good. It was fine.
I was gonna say, you don't like the chant?
I don't like those dumbass fucking. I don't like "This is wrestling," "Fight forever." I love the only chants I like are like both these guys. I think is a really funny chant, and I don't know, probably the "What" chants, just because I can tell when they fucking get to wrestlers and you can tell in their promo. That's the only thing. As much as I hate the "What" chant, I love the "What" chant for like. It's a really great way to test your promo skill.
True.
Like, who's the best at like fighting off that chant? And you know who did a great job? Maria Kanellis.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job. But let's continue on.
Strong tied up Dream's arms in the ropes. And then he did a spot where he kept bouncing off the ropes and hitting him with elbows a couple times. Pummeled him. Then Dream finally gets out of the ropes, fires back, and Undisputed Era comes down. They surround the ring, but they don't interfere. So we think. They caused a distraction at one point. This allowed Strong to waylay Dream with a jumping, running knee strike that I think Morrow actually called the V-trigger.
Die if he called it that. I'll kill him.
I'm 99% sure I heard him say V-trigger.
I don't like it.
Strong dropped Dream in the end of a heartache for a tremendous false finish. Like Dream couldn't have kicked out any closer to the 3 here. So he gets back up. He starts fighting. He gets to the top rope. Adam Cole super kick. Sorry about that, guys. Had to reset my internet. Fucking Comcast. So where were we?
I don't know.
Lio Rush versus Oni Lorcan. That's what it was.
I'm angry. Why does nobody respect Oni Lorcan in this fucking industry?
It's because he's always yelling.
I don't care. I'm going to make that dramatic readings video of his tweets.
I think you should.
I think I will.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since right after Mania?
Yeah, since that Bobby shit. My man.
So Morrow on commentary said that Rush had more issues than a magazine. I was like, damn. So Lorcan rushed into an attack on Rush at the bell. Lorcan with a blockbuster, got an early near fall, seconds into the match. Rush soon fired up with the tope suicida. Terrifica Rush kept his fire and kept up the pace as he flew all around the ring. Lorcan cut him off, though, and he started working over the knee of Lio Rush. Lorcan with a deadlift gut wrench into a power bomb netted him a 2 count. Lorcan, moments later, locked in a Lance Storm style half crab on the knee that he's been working on. Rush fought free and chopped him down. Lorcan then gave him a scoop slam that actually was believable to be almost a 3 count.
Lorcan's God.
So Rush hit a springboard. This was nice. So Rush gets like thrown into the ropes, but he's like running forward. You would think, okay, he's going to turn his back to bounce, but instead he's running at the ropes and he jumps, bounces himself off of the bottom rope back at Oney Lorcan and hits him with a stunner. That was nice. I've never seen that before.
They're great.
So Rush goes for a frog splash and misses it, sold the knee as he landed hard. Lorcan then powerbombed him and applied a half crab again. Rush escaped the half crab, but Lorcan locked it in for a 3rd time. He transitioned it into a modified STF. Rush struggled to escape, and he eventually got his foot on the ropes to break the hold. Rush then fired up as they traded chops, and Oney Lorcan chopped the hell out of Lio Rush. You can see when he chopped him like right on his like left pectoral, and you see he hits him, and you see all that sweat just fly off. He hit him so hard.
I love a nice fucking like just chop.
So finally, at one point, Oney Lorcan goes to run at Lio Rush, and Rush hits him with a running Spanish fly, jumps to the top rope, hits the frog splash, and pins him to become the #1 contender. Then we go to our main event. It was Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane in a street fight that ended in a no contest because even though it was a street fight, they wouldn't let these guys continue. Like, why are their security breaking them up if it's a street fight? I get it. The quote-unquote locker room interfered, but this was straight out of ECW.
I thought it was cool. Fuck yeah. There's nothing wrong with ECW.
No.
W. I agree. Jesus Christ.
Dang. So
Don't act up, kids.
So
Dane teaches you not to act up.
So Dane ambushed Riddle with a bell, but Riddle threw him around with a couple suplexes. Dane blocked a Broton, and then it spilled to the outside. And Matt Riddle hit a nice delayed German suplex on Killian Dane.
Matt Riddle's literally got... I've never seen God and Matt Riddle in the same room at the same time.
So they spilled to the outside. Killian Dane gets a kendo stick, and he goes to swing it at Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle does this nice, like, grab it with his arm, but then, like, spin his body up and under it to avoid it kind of deal. And then he hits Killian Dane with some shots. They then spill into the crowd before they spill into the backstage area. They're fighting in the back before they fight out by the production trucks. So as they're fighting out by the production trucks, you see these people start to scatter, and you notice there's a table with 3 people sitting there. I couldn't tell exactly who at first, but they're like not even fazed by this. So they start fighting, and they spill onto this little metal table. And again, they're still not fazed, and you realize, oh, that's Walter. Walter doesn't care about anything. So finally, Walter gets up and just like...
Is that Walter? Is that Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, in disguise?
So Walter gets mad because he now has to get up. And so he goes and tries to choke out Matt Riddle. Then Imperium comes and they attack Matt Riddle. Street Profits come to try and save Riddle. Then we just get all these guys. Pete Dunne, just a bunch, too many people to even know who's who. Forgotten Sons are out there. And they're fighting in the back. And finally, Riddle and Dane separate themselves and they get back into the arena. So I'm like, okay, that was cute. Just really quick seeing everybody brawl.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
But as Riddle and Dane start to make their way back to the ring, all of a sudden, all the guys that were brawling with them continue brawling with them. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
they're coming with. I thought it was just a cool thing. We were going to see all these guys fighting in the back, but then they go back to the ring to finish their match. Mm-hmm. But that's not what happened. All these guys started brawling with them. Some of them jumped in the ring. Some of them didn't jump in the ring. They're fighting at ringside. We see all these different people. We see security come down to try and break things up. Killian Dane clears the ring at one point. He then hits a suicide dive through the ropes onto like 5 people at ringside. Then the camera pans out. We see the logo at the bottom right-hand corner telling us that the show's ending. And you see Matt Riddle with somebody trying to put on a Kimura lock as Mauro Ranallo tells us goodbye. And that was NXT.
NXT was great. I think this first show, I give it an A+.
Way better than what we had been seeing over the last couple of months from NXT.
Mm-hmm. Great way for them to introduce themselves into the USA Network. I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
I'm liking everything that they showed tonight. I'm really excited to see how NXT progresses from here.
So after the show went off the air, Triple H and William Regal came out, and William Regal did state that next week we will be getting Killian Dane and Matt Riddle again, but the winner will move on to an NXT Championship match against Adam Cole. Also, we do know for next week it will be Keith Lee and Donovan Dijakovic.
Donovan Dijakovic. I don't even know what his name is. Jesus Christ, that man's insane.
Who knows? It should be Donovan Dijak.
Just be name retracted.
He should be Donovan Dijak still.
God damn.
But that was NXT. And
I mean,
the what?
I didn't really have much.
Well, I mean, so earlier you mentioned Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to WrestleVotes, there's a good chance that Vic Joseph will be the main commentator on Raw going forward after the draft. But did you hear who his partner may be?
No, who?
Dio Madden, the former Brennan Williams.
How about no?
Yeah, this guy was just thrown on commentary for the first time last week on 205 Live.
Yeah, how about, and hear me out, and I can't stress this enough, absolutely the fuck not.
And here's my thing. I think it should be Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. And I know they want to have separate announcers on different shows, but here's the thing. Nigel can do NXT and Raw because they're both on the USA Network. It's not like he's working for USA and working for Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about this Dio Madden guy. I don't even know why they would have changed his name. Brendan Williams was an okay name.
The only Dio I need is Ronnie James Dio.
Who?
Ah, fuck off. Do you not know Dio? Die. Fuck you. Rainbow in the Dark? You kidding me? Die. Did you never play Guitar Hero?
Not a lot.
Just a rainbow in the dark. Fuck you. Look him up. He's the greatest fucking guitar player of all time. One of them.
Interesting. But another thing I did want to touch on before we wrap things up was the upcoming draft.
Draft? Who's going to war?
Well, apparently,
yeah,
WWE.
apparently.
In multiple different ways. They're going to war with themselves and AEW. So we're getting this draft that WWE actually let Fox announce during football.
Yeah.
So if you guys are unaware, during the, I think it was Cleveland Browns game on Sunday, they announced that the draft was coming for the WWE on SmackDown. And apparently, from what I've heard, that was not an accident. Because within 20 minutes of that announcement on Fox's NFL coverage, WWE was sending out the press release about it. So I like that they let Fox do it. I thought it made things seem more important, kind of. Instead of just on Raw randomly, hey, we're doing a draft.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes it feel more important, I guess, to me.
Yeah, important in big league.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting the draft on Raw and SmackDown. I don't know how this is going to work as far as if there's going to be a representative from both shows on both shows. Who's going to represent Raw? Who's going to represent SmackDown?
Didn't they already say? Bischoff and
Those guys are in charge of the writing teams. They're not on there. When they first made the announcement of Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman's new jobs, it said they are not on-screen talent. Now, they could be used for this draft to give it a little more realism, saying, hey, these are the guys in charge of the shows backstage, so they are going to draft their roster for who they get to work with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be weekly on-screen characters, but it's like with the NFL. You don't see the GMs on the sidelines or at most of the games on TV, but you see them at the draft and making their picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Heyman and Bischoff in that regard could work, but it's going to be weird when SmackDown gets that first pick and Eric Bischoff goes, I want Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman goes, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Can't believe you've done this.
So, because that would mean that if you think about it, Bischoff is also drafting Heyman. And didn't we see that before?
Yeah.
But I think, if you think of names that should go to certain brands, switch things up. Braun Strowman needs to go to SmackDown. He's done everything he can on Raw. I think Brock and Wyatt are going to be exempt because Brock's going to be placed on SmackDown as the WWE champion. Bray Wyatt's going to be placed on Raw as the Universal champion. I think that's going to be your exemptions. But as far as everybody else, do you involve NXT? Because remember the last draft in 2016, it was like each brand can draft 3 or 4 NXT people. That was the rule. So do you do something like that again? Or do you keep NXT how it is because they need to keep their roster intact for...
Nah, put them in the draft.
For USA.
Put them in the draft. Make them part of the draft. Put Regal up there. You got Bischoff, Regal, and Heyman doing your drafting.
So you're going to have Regal drafting Roman Reigns to NXT?
Boy, oh boy, I would love to see it. But I feel like doing that, fuck, dude, I don't know. I feel like you could...
I don't think...
That'd be a great natural way to bring over some, main roster guys that you want to either bring back to NXT or just put on NXT.
True. But here's the thing.
What?
If you look at the description of tonight's episode of NXT on both the network and the USA Network, it literally said something like, this is WWE's brand of up-and-comers.
Mm.
So you put, I don't know. Well, I mean, they got Breezango, and they're not up-and-comers anymore.
True.
Because they're on the new T-shirt that came out. They sold some new NXT T-shirts, brand-wise, not just individual guy-wise. And one had just a bunch of, the shots of the wrestlers, and it had Fandango and Tyler Breeze on there. And speaking of NXT T-shirts, have you seen these clip art shirts they put out this week?
Dude, they literally looked like dog shit.
Did you see Luke Harper's response to the shirts?
Nah, what'd he say?
He said, I've been in WWE for 7 years, never had my own shirt. All of a sudden, NXT's on the USA Network, and 155 NXT guys get shirts.
That's insane. That's also bullshit.
So, I think...
Whose did you buy, Henry? I'm interested to know what shirts appealed to you.
Today was buy one, get one for $1 or something like that. So
They usually do. I love when they do sales. Not anywhere near my payday.
I love when they do their sales every week, and they're like, buy one, get one half off tonight only, and then we get the same thing on SmackDown the next night, and then the next week it's buy one, get one for $1. Every week they do sales.
I can appreciate that about them.
But it's who do you think? If you had to pick 2 guys to go to Raw and 2 guys for SmackDown, who would you pick?
2 guys to go to Raw, 2 guys to go to SmackDown. I would like to just see the Revival fully move over to SmackDown. I'd like to see the New Day go over to Raw. I'd like to see Elias go
back to Raw already.
Back to Raw.
He just moved to SmackDown after Mania, though.
He hasn't done anything.
He did the whole Shane McMahon stuff.
Yeah, oh boy. Woohoo. Fuck yeah. Can't wait to see more Shane McMahon.
So, here's my question: if Seth loses the belt, do you move him to SmackDown?
Sure.
Because if Seth moves to SmackDown, Becky has to move to SmackDown, which means Becky would have to lose her belt to Sasha.
Well, I think Becky's losing that belt to Sasha anyway.
You do? I don't.
You think they're gonna beat Sasha?
In
Shut
Hell in a
up.
Cell?
Yeah,
I think so.
that's a bold decision to make.
I would.
I wouldn't.
I
I'd
think
let
it's-
Sasha win.
I get it. Give her the belt. She overcame everything. She overcame being gone and whatnot. But I think it's too soon.
Nah.
Because you get the sense.
Fine. I think it's personally too soon to put her immediately in the title picture then.
Well,
Because
I said
like,
that when she
Sasha
came
is
back.
a fucking fan favorite, and if you're gonna have her lose another title match, Jesus Christ! Why even keep her away for so long, and why build this whole thing?
Well, keeping her
She's
away
gonna
was her
have
decision.
to win. Well, I know that, but like, why really
No, I
hone
get
in on
you.
the she's back thing if you're gonna make her do the same thing that people like always knew her for?
So here's the
Like,
thing.
what?
If
Hot potato it.
well, not that what I'm going to say. Are we assuming that her and Bailey are going to be a thing, or no?
I'm sure Bailey will get moved to Raw.
Dropping the belt to Charlotte.
Drop the belt to Charlotte, move to Raw, and they will do the storyline of best friends for a couple months, and then Bailey will turn, and then that will be a very, very nice WrestleMania match.
Do you really want to see Sasha and Bailey again, though?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why not?
I mean, their main I don't know, just because
They're
they were
good.
so start and stop on the main
were-
roster, but
Yeah, you know what? I think if they play it out right and they really give it time for this, like, people will realize how, like they're genuinely two good friends, so they will naturally have good chemistry on TV to where
Right.
that heel turn will feel, like, legitimate. I don't know. I see it being a really good Mania match, or at least a Big Four pay-per-view, at least like a SummerSlam,
yeah.
which is August, so that would be a while.
But I mean, the draft is going to be, what is it, October 11th and 14th. Apparently, they want to get celebrities in on this. They want to get like personalities from both Fox and NBC Universal to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
To possibly be like, hey, I'm representing SmackDown from Fox. I'm going to come up here and say, with the next pick in the draft, Fox or SmackDown is picking
Fox
so-and-so.
makes their own pick.
You know, Fox is going hard on this advertising.
Good.
I mean, now they're using NASCAR guys to do some of the videos and say, hey, SmackDown's coming to Fox. They're using the NFL guys. They're going all in, and I like it. So we'll see how it goes. The draft, like I said, is October 11th and 14th. Brock is most definitely winning that title on the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't see
No way.
Kofi beating him.
No, God, no.
And if you want to see how this match is going to go on the WWE Network and search Beast in the East.
I watched it.
Kofi versus Brock. Kofi gets killed. That's what's going to happen on the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's really all we've got for tonight.
Yeah, that's going to wrap up this.
Son of a bitch.
Whoa.
You can follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited, Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Here on the YouTube. Tim, where in fuck can they find you?
You can find me basically everywhere at Timmy Buddy.
Tits up. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. And hey, call your mom.
Also, don't
Fuck
forget.
off. You can't just interrupt it.
Good
Go ahead. Nah, you.
Oh, I was going to say, don't
I'll
forget
close
this
it out.
Saturday, your guys' opportunity to win some WWE bobbleheads.
Hell yeah. Win some shit.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Foco is sponsoring our trivia. We're going to do the live trivia again this coming Saturday. Same time we went live with this show. So hopefully Comcast doesn't fuck us again right in the middle of maybe somebody like trying to answer questions. Hopefully it all goes well. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to literally, before I go live that night, reset my modem. Hopefully that prevents it from having any issues. But Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, we will be doing our live trivia contest. You guys can win some bobbleheads.
Yeah, and before I close out and do my spiel, Mr. Jones is me asks a great question. It's, hey, Tim, why don't you fucking follow me on Twitter, you pussy?
I'm not following you?
No, you're not following me on Twitter.
I always thought I was.
I can't send you DMs. I tried to DM your personal account the other day because I was like, that was the closest thing to me. And I was like, son of a bitch doesn't follow me.
Huh. Probably I'm just used to
evil
with the PWU account.
That's what I was thinking as well. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And remember,
now.
Thank you. Call your mom. She probably misses you. Goodbye.